holidays, I attended a 3-day astronomy camp at the Astronomy Center in Dubai. I got inspired to continue learning, so today I'm going to present to you my learnings on planets. What is a planet? A planet is a celestial body moving in an elliptic orbit around a star. But there are many celestial bodies in our solar system. How do we know if it's a planet? A planet should have sufficient mass and should be spherical in shape and should also have no other celestial bodies in its orbit. How do you think a planet came to existence? Well, a planet was born millions of years ago. For a planet to be born, a star needs to be born. Let's see how a star is born. A star is born in a flat disk of dust. When all the dust is pulled to the center, over time it forms a ball of heat and energy. When this cools down, it forms a star. This is when planets can form. When all the leftover material groups up together, it forms small planets called planetesimals. When many planetesimals group together, over time it forms planets. Now I'll be telling you the types of planets. In our solar system, there are two types of planets, terrestrial and Jovian. The terrestrial planets are the first four planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. These planets are made up of rocky material. They have a core, mantle and a crust. These planets also have thin atmospheres and very less moons. The Jovian planets are the next four planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These planets are also called gas giants. These Jovian planets have small cores but very thick atmospheres, and also have many moons. The second type of planet are exoplanets. Exoplanets are planets that are outside our solar system. An example is Kepler 1867. There are four types of exoplanets: Neptune-like, hot Jupiter, super Earth and Earth analog. Now I'll be telling you all about them in detail. Neptune-like exoplanets are large and gassy planets. They look like this. Hot Jupiter exoplanets orbit close to their star, so have high surface temperatures. They look like this. A super Earth exoplanet are larger than Earth but are also made up of rocky material. They look like this. Lastly, an Earth analog exoplanet are similar to Earth. They are similar in size and distance to their star. An example is this. Another type of planet is a dwarf planet. Dwarf planets are like planets but are smaller in size and have other celestial bodies in their orbit. Pluto was considered a planet until 2006, but after the discovery of other celestial bodies in its orbit, it is no longer considered a planet. Did you know that there is also a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt called Ceres? This is how Ceres looks and this is how Pluto looks. I can see the similarities. Now I'll be telling you the atmosphere of the planets in our solar system. The first four planets. Mercury does not have an atmosphere. It has an exosphere. The exosphere is the last layer of an atmosphere. Mercury's exosphere contains of oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium and potassium. Venus's atmosphere contains of carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid droplets. Earth has nitrogen and oxygen with traces of Mercury has more oxygen in its exosphere than Earth. The next four planets. Jupiter and Saturn have hydrogen and helium in their atmosphere, but Uranus and Neptune have helium, hydrogen and methane in their atmosphere. Methane gives them the blue color. Do you think a planet can die? Well, the answer is yes. Planets do die, and I will tell you how. In our present-day solar system, there are 8 planets with an asteroid belt in between Mars and Jupiter and the Kepler belt at the end. After 5 billion years, our Sun will turn into a red giant. As it expands, it will engulf its closest planets, that is, Mercury and Venus and probably Earth too. Once the red giant loses all its energy, it will turn into a white dwarf. The white dwarf won't have enough gravity to hold all the 8 planets, including the asteroid and Kepler belts. So, all the orbits will be destabilized. This is how our planet may die. Search for life on exoplanets is one of the most fascinating things I found throughout my learning. There are 3 things that every living thing needs to survive. The 3 things, the first thing is energy. On Earth, we get our energy from the sun. We need food. We get our food from either plants or animals. And lastly, we need water, liquid water on the surface. It is one of the most hardest to find, but we have found many water on many planets in our own solar system, but they are in the form of ice beneath the surface. There are 6 main elements associated with life that are on Earth. These are carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, and hydrogen. Using spectroscopy, we are trying to find out if these elements are in the atmosphere of the exoplanets. But what is spectroscopy? Spectroscopy is the science to understand what the atmosphere of any celestial body contains of chemically. After all this heavy learning, let's see if there are some fun facts about planets. Did you know that Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system? It is even hotter than Mercury. Its temperature goes up to 471 degrees Celsius. Oh, so hot. This is because Venus has thick clouds that absorb almost all the light emitted from our Sun. And Neptune, the coldest planet in our solar system. Its temperature goes down to minus 201 degrees Celsius. Imagine how cold it will be. And the fastest planet to rotate on its axis is Jupiter. It takes only 9 hours 55 minutes. Imagine your day over there. It will be only 10 hours. Now these 2 planets, Venus and Uranus, do not rotate like the other planets. When our solar system was forming, we believe that these 2 planets got hit by an asteroid that tilted its axis. Venus's axis got tilted by 180 degrees and Uranus's axis got tilted by 90 degrees. And it takes Venus 243 days, 26 minutes to complete one rotation. Imagine how long your day would be. 243 days long. Now Uranus only takes 17 hours 14 minutes. Jupiter is the fastest planet and Venus is the slowest planet. Venus also spins in the opposite direction. It spins anti-clockwise. This is called retrograde. Now let's see some recent discoveries. Some of the recent discoveries were phosphorus gas detected Venus's atmosphere. This was only 1 month ago, and as I mentioned earlier, phosphorus gas is one of the 6 main elements associated to life that are on Earth. This could prove that Venus could have hosted life previously. And the second recent discovery that was only found 1 week ago was water found on the moon. It was found in the Clavius crater by the Sophia orbiter. It found almost 12 ounces of water. Can you believe that? Well, these are the 2 recent discoveries. And now we have come to the end of the presentation. Hope you